So his weekly late night show has a new name, a new format. Still funny though, full of laughs, and it is unfiltered, which is the best part.
That's right. We're joined by Charlamagne The God to talk about the second season of the show.
Hey, Cody and Courtney, how are you?
Doing well,
good.
sir. How are
Doing
you?
good.
I am blessed, black, and highly favored. What's
Come on
happening?
now. Come on now.
I'm guessing with our current dystopian hellscape, you're never going to run out of material for a show called Hell of a Week.
Yeah, I wish that we weren't currently living in hell. And you know what's so interesting? I don't think people understand the sense of urgency that we actually should have for all of the things that are going on, you know, in our current world. But I think that we're so inundated with so much stuff every single day that we don't even really know what to truly be terrified about.
Yes.
And you're like the spoonful of sugar to help the medicine go down, right? Because you give us a dose of comedy to go with the hell of a week that we're having.
Well, you know, I grew up in Moncks Corner, South Carolina, and, you know, one thing I realized as I got older is that, like, a lot of people around me, like my father and my uncles and my aunts and everybody, truthfully, they were all processing their trauma through humor. So what we thought was self-deprecating comedy back then was really, you know, them not going to therapy like they should have. So they would all find a way to, you know, process their trauma through laughs. And I think, you know, that's something that I've always done, you know, as a defense mechanism, sort of.
Well, it's kind of a community thing, right? Because I feel like, you know, the black community, we tend to do that. We tend to joke our way through the pain.
Yes, and people will tell you that, oh, you shouldn't be laughing about that, or that's not funny, but it's just like, that's just how we process things. That's, you know, but we laugh at our pain. It is what it is.
You are such a good interviewer. Such a good interviewer. You've
thank
interviewed
you.
so many people, like the Soulja Boy thing still, it just blows my mind.
Oh my God.
Is there anybody out there that you're dying to interview or somebody you haven't gotten yet?
Hey, it's always one answer for me, and that's Judy Blume, the author Judy Blume. Yeah, because I grew up, my mother was an English teacher, and I grew up off the Book It program, you know, where you have to read 4 books, you know, to get a free pizza. So I used to run through books weekly, and my mom would always tell me to read things that don't pertain to me. And, you know, being a young black man growing up in Moncks Corner, South Carolina, when I'd be in the library and see all those young white girls on the books, I'm like, well, this doesn't look like it pertains to me. So I would really just run through all Judy Blume's books. And I don't think she understands the influence she had on me as a storyteller, you know, and also finding entertaining ways to get content out that has socially redeeming value. She did a phenomenal job of that. So I would love to sit down and kick it with Judy Blume.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Never would have seen that answer coming.
No, you could give me 100 guesses.
Right. Cannot let you go without asking you about The Breakfast Club. Angela Yee is going to be starting her new show. I know that you and DJ Envy very supportive of her new venture. What is the plan for The Breakfast Club going forward?
Well, the plan for the Breakfast Club going forward, you know, Angela Yee cannot be replaced. I don't even like when people use that term. She's irreplaceable. So the Breakfast Club, you know, the idea for the Breakfast Club has always been a club, and it's a club that, you know, we have a lot of members. And so, like, that's what I'm hoping to do, you know, just bring in, you know, new members to the Breakfast Club, and hopefully whoever we bring in, you know, has the same kind of success that I've had, that Envy's had, that Angela Yee has had. And, you know, I love that Angela Yee is going off to do her own show. I love that the Breakfast Club has gotten to a point where we're a franchise that can have spin-off shows.
Yes.
That's what her show is. It's a spin-off show of the Breakfast Club.
Yeah, it's like a Marvel situation.
Exactly.
Spin them off.
We're out of time, but John Dabkovich has to get this.
Yeah, one question. Where do I apply for that job on the Breakfast Club?
Hey, we're accepting all applications, man. I think that we'll probably have like a rotating guest here for the next year or so. Like, I'm not even in a rush. Like, you know, like I said, Angela Yee is irreplaceable, man. I'm not in a rush. So it might be a year from now before you see somebody permanently in this position.
It's like TLC. Sometimes, you only need to. It's okay. It's okay.
True.
You know?
True.
Charlamagne, an absolute pleasure. So excited to see season 2 of Hell of a Week on Comedy Central. Hell of a week.
Thank you, Cody. Thank you, Courtney.
All right.
See ya. Bye.
I'll be in touch.
Peace.
He is great. You're right. He is such a fantastic interviewer. And I know people have seen the interview that he did with Vice President Kamala Harris, and everybody was like, so did you get LoJacked? Is your car okay? Like, the Secret Service meet you outside? Like,
he is fearless.
Yes.
And that's what is
and
necessary
he's so
sometimes.
curious, but he's so good at listening to people.
Yes.
And I think that's the
key for a good
key for
interview.
what he's doing. It is seriously, he is such a good interviewer.
He really is.
I'm so jealous because I'm.
How many guesses would it have taken for you to get to Judy Blume?
Oh, a billion.
Never in a million years. I did not see that answer coming at all.
was great.
At all.